You know what it is, man. We back with another episode. You dig what I'm saying? Today is a very special day. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say who I have sitting next to me. You know what I'm saying? Is a very big queen. You know what I'm saying? We know her person. She's very cool, man. I always said that. I said this earlier on my IG myself, that when she steps into a room, you understand her presence. You feel me? And I think that's a cool thing, like that she has the ability to be able to let people know her presence before she even speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this woman that I have next to me right now, her name is, I call her Queen Adrianna, but we gonna call her name is Adrianna, and I want y'all to give her, you know what I'm saying, a big welcome on Trill Talking No Cap.
Thank you.
First off, Adrianna, we appreciate you for taking time out of your day, you know what I'm saying, to be able to come and talk with us. I think that it's going to be an exciting episode because you have a lot of game to give, you know what I'm saying? You get free game all the time, so, you know what I'm saying? So me and my co-host, Miss Philly Phil, you know what I'm saying? How you doing, Phil? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man.
You good?
So, you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing we want to ask before we even get started, because we're going to get right into it because we got so many things we want to ask you, you know what I'm saying? But how you feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because where we live at now and how we living, you got to really ask people that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit going on. So how you feeling?
Good. I think with everything going on, and a lot of you guys, as we talk through the show, you guys will hear a little bit about my background and what I do aside from just real estate. And I think the biggest thing is you'll understand why I move the way I move. Right. And it's because of what I go through on a day-to-day basis. And a lot of it's not planned, and a lot of it we just have to deal with it. We can't cry over spilled milk. We got to keep it pushing. Right. A lot of things that come into your life, you just got to handle it.
And that's a dope mentality to have with it, because a lot of people don't know. Like you said, you just got to keep rolling with the punches. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people, we hear sayings like that. Yeah. I was just talking about that the other day, about how we hear sayings, but we don't always know what they really mean until we have to experience it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to really roll with the punches, bro, that's a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or not cry over spilled milk.
Yeah, that's a lot too, you know what I'm saying?
It's already done. Like, once it's happened, what are we going to do to fix it? We got to keep going.
Yeah,
we can't stop.
So start a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, take us back real quick before we get into everything else. What was it like, you know, where are you originally from, first of all?
I'm from San Antonio.
Okay,
I'm from San Antonio. So I kind of grew up all over the place, all over the city.
Right.
I went to a private school, middle school. Basketball was my thing. Nobody could tell me nothing.
Okay. You was a hooper?
I was.
Yeah.
So now, I just had this conversation earlier. I wish I had the time to go back onto the court. And we have so many leagues for adults. Yeah. But going into high school, I went to Floresville my first 2 years, and then I graduated from Pleasanton.
Okay.
And then I went to college in Alpine at Sul Ross, and then went to UTEP for a year, and then went back to Sul Ross. So I kind of been all over the place when it comes to school, but eventually made my way down back to San Antonio.
That's what's up. And your upbringing was pretty interesting, because I think we talked about it before. With your father does music.
Yeah.
Or he's not just like doing music. Like, he's a big artist.
Grammy Award winning.
That's amazing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Do you want to share?
Yeah. So I think High Strung and I talked about it a little bit last week about my dad and like what he does. And so my uncle, for those of you that don't know, is Michael Salgado, and then
nice.
And then his brother.
Legend in the city.
Yeah. So his brother, the guitar player, is my dad. So a lot of what they do in the music and the business and being in the industry, in the field, and all of that. So I've been around them my whole life. They've been doing music 30 years. I'm 27. Yeah. So I've just been around it my whole life.
That's dope, man. So like being around that, did it kind of captivate you? Like, dang, like was you on the fence about wanting to be involved in music?
Well, my dad and I are super close, and he just didn't allow me to be involved.
Oh, okay.
Being a father of a young woman that developed physically at such a young age. Like my dad was like, "No, we're not doing that." Yeah. So I'm the only one in my family.
I'd be scared for my daughters now. I see there's some Tyson. I'm not with it.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah. So my dad was like, "No, we're not doing that." Like. You're not going to be around. Anyways, I was so distracted with sports at such a young age that, he just was like, nah, we're not doing that at all. So growing up, I wasn't as involved.
Right.
But I was around, definitely.
No, that's super dope, man, and that's just to be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably woke up every day feeling like, you know, I gotta carry out this legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think we all think that as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we have amazing fathers like your father. My dad has always been in my life as well. You know what I'm saying? I think he's one of the dopest men that I know. Just because I always seen him stand up. It had nothing to do with, you know, what our parents tell us. It's watching your dad every day stand up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope. And I think you've done a very good job. So tell us a little bit about, you know, what you do, because a lot of people don't really know. You do multiple things. It's not just realtor for you.
Yeah,
it's a lot of different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so tell us a little bit about like what you do. You know what I'm saying? How you assess and separate and handle these things.
Sure. So I actually have only been in real estate for 10 months. So I started in January, going active with my license, and that's been obviously a life changer, but that didn't happen just overnight, you know. I've been with Macy's for almost 6 years. Okay. So that's a part of my life a lot of people don't know.
Shout out to Macy's. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of gear from Macy's. You know
right, I hope so. So a lot of that is really like, I really keep that private. Because it could get cloudy when you talk about what you do with real estate and what you do with Macy's. Sure. And I don't want that. I still have an identity here I'm trying to push, and then of course I still have Macy's, but
someone said Macy's crew.
Right, who is that? Adrian, yes. So I've been with the company for almost 6 years, worked my way up the ladder super quick. I started off as a backstage store manager, and I'm now a director of stores. So love what I do. Thanks. I love what I do. I'm the youngest to do it, youngest in my role, so couldn't be prouder. But also with real estate, the hard part is I still dedicate 40, 50, 60 hours to Macy's. You know, 24/7, my phone can ring, and it's Macy's. I know y'all heard about the incident on Tuesday on Halloween. Macy's, like that's my 100% dedication. But I also have a clientele, customer service I have to make sure I protect. Right. So I hired a team, so I have a team that supports me on my real estate side, and then I've got great assistants and managers and execs that report to me on the Macy's side. So it's all protected. They're their own identity, and then it's me. I'm my own identity.
Would you say that, like, you know, because I'm sure there are a lot of skill sets that you've picked up on, not only learned, you know what I'm saying, but you've also just picked up on naturally, because I think that you're a great person who knows how to read people.
Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? So, and I think that's why you're so good at what you do. Right. Do you feel that that it's a competitive field equally in both jobs? Or do you feel like with realtor it's like super competitive?
In real estate, I mean, it's all about, people think about like, oh, I'm gonna go make money, I'm gonna get my real estate license. If that's your mentality, great, because the money is fantastic, but it's not getting your license and then boom, I'm gonna start making money. It doesn't work that way. So the competitive piece on the Macy's side is a little bit different, just because I had to work my way to get there, get seen, get noticed. It doesn't happen overnight. Versus real estate career, it could be one reel that goes viral, right? And now you on top of the world. Versus Macy's, it's a little bit different, right? And the people that are getting to my level in Macy's, there's not very many. Right. Versus in real estate, there's a lot of $20 million producers a year in San Antonio alone. Right. So it's not the same. But the customer service piece is the same. You know, I talk about this with my team all the time. When I started with Macy's, I was a dog. I was bad. Like I didn't care about the way people thought. I didn't care about what you went through at home. I didn't care about that. But ultimately that impacts your everyday, you know, like when you walk in here, you still have problems you got to deal with when you walk out. Right. So they're still a person, and they still have feelings. So totally different, two different entities, two different umbrellas.
A couple of questions. One, someone wanted to know, are you a hooper? And the other is, what made you want to get into real estate?
Am I a hooper? Oh yeah, for sure.
No.
Oh yeah. Nigga, I'm fading away on the game. On me, I'm baby.
No, we gonna have to work on that.
No, we gonna. Hey. Don't let her fool you, you know what I'm saying? Adrianna pretty, but I'm gonna abuse her on that court. Shit.
Right, whatever.
Sean asked that.
Oh, you talking about Pat? Yeah, oh, he know. But yeah.
Coach Sean knows.
Oh, Coach Sean. Oh. Well, he know I'm a hooper. Hey, Sean, check your ankles, man. Check your ankles, man. That's my dog.
And
Man.
they also want to know why real estate? What made you get into
So I think during COVID, I think we all went through like reevaluating our lives,
Exactly.
right? Like, what are we doing? What are we good at? And I lost my job for 4 months,
As a
right?
lot of people did.
Right. And there's some people that lost their job, had to start over, became crafty and creative.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm like, business mindset came, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I put myself in school. During COVID, I went online and then got hired back at Macy's, called back. And so I kind of put real estate on hold. And so pursuing that was not a priority at the time at all, because my focus was Macy's. That's the bread, right? So I got to make sure I keep that secured. And then ultimately I was like, if I want to continue to excel in life, I've got to really put some focus in on that.
So I was going to ask you too, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see, like, in the field, right? You're a woman in your field, right?
Right.
Do you feel? Because I know that in the industry that I'm in, right, it's hard to be a woman in the field because it's male dominated. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women have a lot of great places, but they had to fight for that place.
Right.
Do you feel that it's the same way with Realtor? Because I feel like that, like, I'm gonna buy a house from somebody that look like you before I buy a house from. And this guy could be clean shaved. He could look fresh. He could know how to hoop. We could hoop, but dog, I'm getting my house from Dickie. You feel me? You know?
Yes, but there's some things.
So it's good and is it good and bad?
Like,
it's good and bad.
Like sexism, or you know.
It's the truth. It's really what it is, right?
Tell the truth there.
But the way I sell and the way I sell me being their agent, right? Especially if there's a woman in their life, whether it's mom, wife, sister, girlfriend, baby mama, whatever, and they want to buy a house from me or want me to sell their house, I gotta start there. That's just respect, right? I gotta start there, win them over, make sure that they understand like my intentions. And then we can go, you know, to the male figure, So it's definitely very competitive, but it's, I mean, it's the truth. It's
real though.
I mean, because if you think about it, like, look, like, no shade, because I'm gonna hit the med table next year, but there's so many realtors that get their body done that like emphasize their figures and they want to look good, feel good. Like our face have to be popping all the time. Like that's a thing. Like that's important.
But at the end of the day, it's only natural in any business. Your appearance matters.
Right, especially when social media drives your business. Right, we can't be looking crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the next question I was going to ask you with social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about it. You know, a lot of these industries that we in, whether it's entertainment or whether it's, you know, being a realtor or whatever it is, it's always the same. We go through the same stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We just do different things, but we all go through the same stuff. And I think that we were talking about this, you know, about social media. I think social media and life in general, right? It's made things dope, but it's also ruined a lot of shit, right? It's like, now, like I say, like a lot of women, when you at the club, right, you approach them, but they got a different. She might be popping. You know what I'm saying? She might got 900,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? She might live in a Roach Motel, but she got 9,000 followers. She got 900,000 followers. So her you know, her mentality, it changes the mentality, right? So do you feel like in your, like, even, like, I want you to answer it twice. So you as a woman, do you feel like social media has done, have you liked social media? Like, man, I like this because it can, not because you're a real ass person. So you never gonna really change who you are.
Right.
But it gives you access to let a lot more people know who you are than actually having to go out and meet these people.
I think it could get cloudy though. It could get cloudy because they look at social media, they see the pictures, they see the glitz and the glam, right? And all the great things like, oh, she's selling houses, she's doing this, she's traveling, oh, she got money, she this.
So it gives them,
it gives a different perception, right? When you don't know I hit rock bottom last year, still got it out the mud, but you don't know that. Because I only let you see what was really going on social media, right? So it's a little bit different. I think sometimes it helps with building your career, of course, but as a woman, it's I may have to show a little cleave, right? Like we gotta do what we gotta do, right?
We don't mind. You know what I'm saying?
But it's gonna happen, and it's okay. But I'm also a firm believer of like look good, feel good.
I like Adrianna, y'all, because she's so professional, right? But then she get gutter with it. She can look like this and then be like, but because I got it out the mud, you feel me? And, you know, they don't know about the rock bottom last, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I'm already sold on the house right now.
That's why I don't tell people I work for Macy's, y'all, because y'all just need to see this side.
So your family is big in the Latino community.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it for you to be a Latina in your industry?
It's I don't think it's
affect you in any way?
No, not at all. There's a lot of very successful Latinos in the real estate world. But I think as we know, minorities in the corporate world isn't heard of, you know, especially a woman minority. I think going back to one of the questions you asked earlier was about your life and things like that. And I was just having this conversation with my boss, and I was telling him, like, as a woman, I have got to make the decision. If I want kids, I have to have a stay-at-home husband in the corporate world in order for me to continue to grow. Because I cannot commit to being a mother and being a high executive leader in the corporate world. I can't do it because I have never seen anyone do it because their husbands are at home. So that I think about that too, you know, when it comes to being a minority in that world.
That don't mean y'all unemployed niggas start hollering. She's not saying don't make no fucking money, nigga.
We're not
She's saying like you need to be on the computer at the crib.
Right, you can work from home, job. You can work from home.
Broke niggas woke up. What?
Hold on.
Some nigga got out of bed right now like, she make money too.
No, the thing is just to continue to be successful. Mind you, Macy's is not my only bag, right? So I also think about, am I gonna be with Macy's forever? Am I gonna continue to pursue real estate? And I may pull something else out the wind next year. Like, there's a lot of things that I want to pursue, and I think right now my focus is just making sure each and every job, quote unquote, I have is insane.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, like, do you to speak on that, right? Do you find it like hard to, you know, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like, to be able to balance your life, right? You got a personal life.
Oh yeah.
And you know, one thing I like about what you can do is you can still be yourself, right?
Right.
But it's like, you know, one thing I found out about myself is that when you reach a certain plateau, you start becoming responsible for for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you start not really responsible for them, but I guess responsible for their emotion or whatever. Like, you find yourself in these circles. Like, do you really have to watch your circle and watch and analyze and things like that because of what you do?
Yeah,
you know
so I think it goes both ways. I think it's from a relationship standpoint, dating,
right,
and then from a friendship standpoint, like, I can't have people around me that mooch. I can't have, and that, you know, that goes the same for men. I can have people in my circle, if they don't support me, I don't need you around. And as selfish as that may sound, I'm a girl's girl. I'm gonna support the next person. So I think with that, it's simple. It's a lot easier to cut off a friend versus like a man. Yeah. You know, because there's like,
talked about that last episode.
Yeah, because there's like sexual relationships that you like. That's a little different versus my homegirl. You know.
I ain't gonna be getting it every week.
Every week, man. No, we're talking about every day. If you can't do every day, then it's not gonna work. So imagine cutting that off though, like.
Hell yeah.
You know, but then like you just said, they jumped out of bed because they unemployed. We can't do that.
I don't even be understanding that shit when people be like, yeah, I ain't. It's been 6 months. I be like, 6 what? 6 minutes.
So going back to
that
that you're doing well in your field. How is dating for you personally? When they find out what you do they feel intimidated?
Oh, it's hard. I try to do my best to make somebody not feel intimidated. I really do, because women making money is intimidating already because men rule the world. I don't care what anybody says. Men rule the world, but that's not to say women can't.
Exactly.
But men rule the world, and for me to date and separate, like for example, I don't know, sometimes when I get DMs, I don't know if they want to buy a house or they want to get in my bed.
Both.
Right? Or both, right? So then how do you separate that? So I think it's a little bit harder to like understanding your audience and really reading the room. That's hard. That's really hard because when I go out, for example, I support everybody's events, whether it's promoters, owners, painting with the twist or sipping paint or whatever it is, right? I promote everybody's events and I support them. Me and my girls, we're gonna go, we're gonna show out, and it's a big deal. But what happens? That's considered networking, right? And then you meet these people out and it's like, how do you really pursue them if you just meet them out like that? I don't want to meet somebody at the club because that's not.
Do you ever find yourself waiting to tell people what you do just to see, just to read?
Yeah, but you know what I've come across is like, oh, you're Adrianna the Realtor, right? And that's a little hard for me too because what if I want to act out? You know, what if I want to be with my girls and like, I can't do that because I'm like, dang, they're really watching. And I like that because I can be a role model for people and I appreciate that and how you can still be professional but still be personable but still be about your business but still date. Like that is really hard for any woman or man to
without notoriety.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I think the biggest thing is just knowing how to separate it. I think I always say like you want to meet somebody at the gym, right? But do you want to meet somebody at the gym?
I don't know about the gym.
Right! Because you're going to meet somebody's husband at the gym.
The gym is a club now.
Right! So, I don't know.
But yeah, I feel like that, like, you know, when it comes to, especially when it comes to the more emotional side, when it comes to dating, I feel like that, like, because I think we talked about it where it was like, some dude had told me one time that he broke up with this female because she made more than him. It really fucked with him. And he was like, it was crazy. He was like telling me how it wasn't a bad breakup. It wasn't like a bad, she just really didn't have the patience to make him feel better about it. And he didn't like that. But my thing is like, that's the thing. Cause like, I feel like what you said that it's a man's world, but this motherfucker wouldn't spin if it wasn't for women, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you look at every successful man, there was, in some point in his life, there was a woman behind him.
Right.
When you look at Jay-Z, Jay-Z was always Jay-Z, but he was not Jay Jigga like we know now without Beyonce. You feel me? That helped his status. Same thing with Obama and Michelle. And you see all these people that had somebody strong behind them. And it don't always got to be somebody you with. It could be like she said, a sister, a friend, you know what I mean? Whatever. Your mom, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I think people always think of it like that. Like it has to be a relationship because that's what we see. But it could be anything, you know what I'm saying? I think some of my most inspiring moments and the words that I've gotten from a person, you know what I'm saying, that's made me into the person I am today and helped me be successful has come from women. Yeah. But it's come from them telling me something bad about myself. Like this.
Like us and stay on
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember the first time a woman told me I was a narcissist. I didn't know what that was. I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. I was in up on, but as I looked down the line, first of all, I'm an Aquarius, so
that don't mean nothing.
But I thought
anybody could be a narcissist.
That's true.
Could be a narcissist.
But we known for that shit. And like for me, I was like, damn. I look back at a lot of the list, you know, the pros and the cons. And I was like, damn, bro. So I had to correct that, so it don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? To change my outview. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, with you being out and doing what you do, people, like you said, they might think you have all this crazy money. Right. And you know what I'm saying? Or they don't know how much money you have, but they're gonna guess. And what I've learned about most people is they're gonna if they don't know the truth, they're gonna assume and say what they feel and make other people feel like that's right. So I think that, you know what I'm saying? And what's crazy about you got this face, right? You got this face that look like I fuck with you, but don't come over here and fuck around. She looked like that meme where it say, don't bring your bullshit to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever been told that? Has somebody ever come to you and been like, every day. I'm scared to just approach you? Cause every
day. For real? Men and women. And I think that's why I really try my best to make sure that people really see me, right? Like see me, like I'm fun. Yeah, I want to be with my family, just excited, supporting people, making money, moving, going to the gym, whatever. Like I get told I'm intimidating all the time.
Yeah.
And it sucks, really, because I may miss out on the man of my dreams. Because of that, right? But then is he really the man of my dreams? Because you a pussy because you can't come to me. Right? Like, so I think about that too.
For Adrianna, what kind of person?
Oh, Lord.
Can cross that line of getting to know you. Are you patient? Are you a builder? Does he have to come with it already?
I think it's a two-way street. I think I wouldn't mind being with you if you're in the building stage, if there's consistent building progress. I wouldn't mind, as long as you're consistent and you're making moves happen where the money's gonna come. You're not just selling me a dream.
I hear all that shit. The gold diggers.
I think have to tie into your vision.
Goddamn gold diggers.
It doesn't necessarily, like, it could be something off the wall that I may not even understand or know anything about.
Like a little sprinkle on her head.
Right.
I'm gonna get some little cutouts of
We
emotions.
can put some in the edit, some gems.
That's real shit. You gonna get some like real.
No, but then it could be like, I may want somebody that makes more money than me, right? But that's not important. I can date a ball player if that's what I want, and if I want to get cheated on, right? Like that's just the reality. I'm not saying every ball player cheats, but that's just a lifestyle you've got to be open to.
Good thing I'm a rapper.
Even worse. Even worse. No, so like it's a two-way street. Like, I wouldn't mind building with somebody, and I think I've been through that process in my previous relationship where that was a thing, and he was building, and I was a part of it, and I enjoyed that because when you're there at somebody's weakest and most vulnerable moments, your relationship gets stronger spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Mm-hmm. But then when I'm there with somebody who's got it all, then now you're dealing with mental and physical emotions. That now it's like, are you humble? Can you be humble about it? Can you you up here, but don't forget I'm still your woman. Don't treat me like them. So I think it kind of can go both ways.
Was it hard for you dating when people would come around knowing who your uncle and your father were? Did they make it difficult for you?
This is gonna sound really bad, but I don't date people that listen to my dad's music.
Got it. You're open to other possibilities.
No, I date black men.
She like niggas.
So
I already know what she was saying. She likes niggas.
Even if they don't know them, just being around those, because even your family, I've seen them in shows and stuff like that.
I from trap, they Hano.
No, listen, they carry the same like you energy,
you know
like not intimidating, but.
Yeah, being around the tour bus, being around that lifestyle, I guess. Yeah, it's been, but my dad trusts the fact that I'm not just gonna put anybody in the circle. Yeah, like not everybody deserves to be in your space like that. But I just niggas don't listen to that type of music, so I don't have that,
problem. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have that issue.
You never know, some might.
I mean, if they do, it's a plus, but it's not. It's not necessary.
So, you know what I'm saying, real quick before we I want to ask you a question. Like, for a lot of people that don't understand, because there's a lot of people that want to get into the field that you're in, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that want to, but may not understand, right? So, I see you post when people close out on the houses and stuff.
Right.
I always find that to be super dope. Like, cause you be getting like 200 likes and shit on that shit. That shit be crazy. in 10 minutes and shit. But I think that's dope. So, so explain to the people about how closing on a house is a percentage for you, right?
Right.
There's a percentage, because some people think oh shit, she sold a house for $500,000. She just got $500,000 in her bank account.
Right.
That ain't how that works. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know that though. We don't. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in that game, you might think that. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But because there are people that I think somebody told me that if you sell he sold $1 million house or something like that before, and but he
that's
got
30 reps.
Yeah.
It's 3%.
So that's crazy.
And then, so then you think about all the commissions, right? So for example, me, because of Macy's, I had to hire a team of operations manager, social media manager. I have a personal assistant. I gotta pay them. They don't work for free, right? And then I also have a brokerage that I have my license sponsored through, so I gotta pay my commission. And then I get to take home what I'm going to take home.
Right.
So, but that's $1 million house. How many $1 million houses do we have in San Antonio alone? Not very many, right?
Not yet, anyway.
Right. So, 1, 2, 3% is average. Like average, there's a lot of new home builders that will offer 4, 5, 6% just to sell the properties because they've been sitting too long, and they're not sitting because there's a problem. They're just sitting because the market shifts, right? And people get scared, and that's okay. But also, people real quick to get on social media, look on the news, whatever, and listen to somebody who's not educated in the real estate world.
Right.
I hate when people try to tell me about interest rates. Are you a loan officer?
Right.
No,
right.
You're not. Like, get with me, let's talk about it, and I'll get you on the phone with the loan officer to educate you a little bit.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, I think 3% is average. People think like, oh my God, that's so much fucking money, so much money. But like, think about all the people I gotta pay. Think about how long it took me to get paid.
Right.
And then think about what I had to put in to get paid.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta pay for signs. I gotta pay for pictures. I gotta pay for all kinds. I gotta buy my client a gift. Yeah.
I just sold my house, so I understand now. My realtor, like you said, you don't get it right away.
Right.
It took her a minute to get it.
Yeah.
And that's gotta be stressful because you're depending on that money and you have to just wait it out.
Right. So that's a lot of why I won't leave Macy's yet, like until my real estate career is where I want it to be. But then even at that, at what point is good enough? I ask myself that every day. Like, when are you gonna hit your goal? Well, I don't have a goal.
Right.
Problem number 1. Right? Like, where is the cap? I don't know. Because I never thought I would hit $1 million in sales. And then I never thought I would hit $5 million.
You posting that too. That was
I never thought I would hit $5 million I hit $1 million in 2 months. My first 2 months in real estate. People don't even sell 3 houses or 1 house in their first year.
Exactly.
So to do 1 million in 2 months and then do 5 million in 6 months, it's like, these are goals I never thought I was going to accomplish, you know?
That was actually my next question, because,
thank you.
You know, for real, like, because like you said, many people don't really do that, but it shows where your ambition is, and it shows how hungry you are for it, you know what I'm saying? And I think initially, too, a part of you just loves to help people.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that, like, you
sometimes
put people
too
in the
much.
Yeah, I mean, we are guilty of that. But I think that, like, you know, I think that I couldn't imagine what the feeling is like to put people in a home who always dreamed of having a home.
Right.
And to see the look on their faces when they hold their big ass key. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want them keys and trying. But, you know, but I think that's dope, though. I think that's, and that's what I was going to ask you, because you said, well, what is the cap? What is the, you know, for certain fields, like, you know, I used to tell people all the time I wanted a Grammy. For me, it wasn't even about it was just to say that if you walked in my house, even if you've never heard my music or nothing, but you see that shit sitting on the fucking mantle, you're going to be like, oh, this nigga did. You can't be given that. You can't steal it. That shit has his name on it. He did something. So, like, what is that for you in being a realtor? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's hard to have just an end goal.
Right.
Because you have so much more shit that you can go any way. You know what I'm saying? So, what is a big thing for Adrianna that's like, yo, I at least want this to happen for me? You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I think about this every day. I think about this every week when I talk to my mentors, my sponsors. I'm a mentor for a lot of people in the Macy's world and in the real estate world, even though I'm still new to it. And I talk, you know, and I challenge them, like, I need your goals. Meanwhile, I look in the mirror and I don't have a goal. And I don't have a goal because I don't know if I'm setting realistic goals, right? Or my goal's not high enough, because I achieve all of my goals, right? But then my mentor, my therapist, would sat me down and they were like, you need to take a step back and realize you cannot set a career goal before you set a personal goal. Right? And so I can't sit here and not set personal goals for my life, but expect to have career, because your personal and career gotta align. Yeah, if they don't align, something's gonna fall off. You're gonna be Captain Save-A-Ho trying to fix it. Right? Like, it's not gonna work, right? So my personal goals are tough, and I say that because I don't know if I want kids. You know, I'm at that point in my life, right? And that's a personal goal for a lot of people.
You should take it all my damn questions.
So, like, do they intertwine? If they don't, then there's an issue.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that but you know, this question comes up a lot, man. I have so many different conversations with people about this, especially in the adult world. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the type of conversations that I absolutely love to have. What I love and I hate about being in the world that we live in is like we do things right, but there's certain things we can't talk about, right?
Right.
Because it's just not appropriate, or maybe there is some people you could talk to them about, you know what I'm saying, but you can't say certain things because of the way it look, or way, you know, you can even have a certain job where you can't talk a certain way in the office, right? True. Like it's freedom of speech, but also then you can get fired, you know what I'm saying? like you know what I'm saying, they call it freedom of speech, but there's limits to that shit, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that, like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to like what you were talking about, you know what I'm saying, as far as being like you know, having kids and you know, and I think that when it comes to love though, like when it comes to somebody that you say, you know what, I think I'll be with this person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like those things that they come in with always kind of shift, right? Right. Because I've always said like, well, I wanted no kids, right? I got 2 daughters. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that if I didn't have them when I had them, I wouldn't have them. Yeah. And then I also feel like that, like, you know, that like I've always said, oh, I ain't having no more kids. But now I say, well, if I get with somebody who I feel like me and her we gonna be together, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't, like you're not gonna go nowhere. Right. You feel me? Then I feel like that, like, it's an option. If that's what she wants. Right. Even though I'm not saying I don't want it, but I'm just saying like I'm okay with saying I don't want it. But if that's what she wants because she's my woman, I'll give you that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we balance that type of thing. So I think that with you is the same thing because of how intimidating men may find you for what you do and what you know what I'm saying? That'll shift. Right. Because, you know, you literally what you do will motivate a man to want to do better. Right. The right man. Yeah, the right man. Because a lot of dudes be lazy as hell. Yeah. And then they meet the right one. I know dudes right now that was like, before they got married, they was like on the realm of doing shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then like I see now, I look at them now and I'm like, damn, you're right. This nigga's VP? This nigga? like when I see them niggas and they got me, they like, nigga, why you say it like that? Like, nigga, why wouldn't I? You was a bum. I knew you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, well, dog, I got married and wifey wasn't having me on the playing the game on the couch like that. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that people motivate people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And not even speaking from a couple standpoint, just motivate people. Like, being us hanging out how we do outside is motivating. Right. Because we still talk business. We still, you know what I'm saying? You guys support all the music videos or whatever I got going. I support everything that you got going because I'm definitely buying a mansion. Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that it's also the power in being around motivated people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's an amazing thing. I think that's what you bring to the table. Yeah. You know, when Adrianna brings, you bring motivation and inspiration. And you bring table. Yeah, bring the table. You can sit at the table. You gotta work to sit at the table. You know what I'm saying? You might need 2 chairs, but I'm just saying. Get the fuck. 2 chairs. We got a bench for a reason. I see, nigga. But on some real shit though, you should be very proud of yourself. Because of everything that you've accomplished. And you do what you do every day, so you're probably not thinking about it, but bro, you probably been motivated and inspired so many motherfuckers to do, you know what I'm saying? Is it anybody that you know as a realtor who wasn't doing that and got inspired because you do it? Yeah, so there's a few people that I've actually sponsored per se and paid for their tuition to go to school. So they're in school right now, and it's not easy because I'm depending on somebody else to go to school, graduate, pass the state and national portion, and make bread. I'm not getting my investment back anytime soon, right? So I'm trusting you, right? And the fact that people can rely on me in that way, and they can rely on me in anything, right? I've been through a lot in my career. Even though I'm single woman, I still give relationship advice, and sometimes people are like, why are you giving relationship advice? You ain't even got a man. Well, I don't got a man because it's my choice. Yeah. Not because I can't get one, right? Which I hate that. I hate that people assume, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you're not. I mean, just period. People say stupid shit all the time. Like, there's like, well, he, you know, I think I seen an interview one time, Jay-Z, that was like, how are you Brooklyn? How are you part of the team if you don't even play basketball? And Jay-Z was like, because I can walk and shoot them. Nigga, I
Plus, there's some
he was
married
like saying
people
like
who don't.
it's a
That shouldn't be married.
Right.
First of all.
Right.
And I
hell
think
yeah.
like
Shit.
that shouldn't be married.
Right.
Right. What not to do in a marriage. I think going back to like the kid situation.
Yeah.
Like, cause I liked what you said about when you find the right person, the option may still be there.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel. Like the right person will bring that want and desire out of me, right? But I've also gone through this, like, as you know, like extreme weight loss process where I lost 137 pounds.
Congratulations.
Things. That's probably been the toughest part of my life. So physically, I may be this strong, intimidating woman,
Right.
but you don't know deep down that I fight those battles every day.
Yourself,
yeah,
right?
because I was a big bitch, but you couldn't tell me shit.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I was so secure with my body, my mental, my money, everything. Now, I'm still secure with my mental and my money, but physically, I get told every day, you look so good, but it ain't there yet.
What was it for you that made that light turn on, that switch? Regarding your journey in weight loss.
It was the longest journey. It's been 15 months now, and people tell me like, oh, there, I got good and bad support. My family, some of my families didn't support what I went through.
Because you can do it for a reason.
Yeah.
But until you personally understand why you're doing it,
Yeah.
then it becomes.
It was more of a health thing. I wasn't like, at the time I was in a relationship and he supported it 110%. But he also was with me when I was 350 pounds. So it didn't matter, right? It didn't matter. That wasn't a thing for him. Then I went through the process of having weight loss surgery. Do I recommend it now? No. Do I regret it? No. So I wouldn't recommend the next person to do it because of everything I've had to deal with health-wise after the fact. But
what advice do you think that they should do more research before they do?
yes, definitely. First, I did my surgery here in the States, and there's so many people I know that go to Mexico and do it. First of all, don't do it, right? Second of all, doing the research, make sure it's the right process for you if that's what you want to do. But my best thing is you can lose weight in the kitchen. And sometimes I feel like I sound like a hypocrite saying that, right? Because I didn't go that route. But now I've got to maintain my 137 pound weight loss that I just went through, right? So I've got to still go through the motions of still maintaining.
You've got to change your lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't happen overnight.
But you know what's so crazy to me now? It's like, I remember a point in time, and I don't remember what time this was, but I remember just growing up, and I feel like that, like, all the selfies in the gym, all the stuff that's going on nowadays, like, shit, yoga pants is at an all-time high selling.
No.
Listen,
it's the butt crease for me.
Yeah, what's that for me too? It's a shit show. I'm like, yes, the ones with the little spots on the nets. I look at them
in
all.
the booty crack.
Yes. We talking about the same shit.
Right.
No, but
you say yoga pants. Yoga pants are like the flare at the bottom.
Well, I call them all yoga leggings. I call them all the same thing.
Oh, Lord.
But so my thing was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I feel like it's a lot of pressure on y'all women today. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm saying it's crazy pressure. Like, it's
Look
always
at you.
good pressure.
You could put some glasses, a hat, and a fucking
You're
t-shirt,
right. Exactly.
and you could go to the club that way.
Exactly. We can't do
Well,
that.
Me, I gotta do my hair, wash my ass, like do all
I
that.
mean, shit, you ain't got to. Niggas still gonna niggas gonna be all in that dirty ass.
No, you're right.
You know
No,
what
I
I'm
gotta
saying?
do the most. We gotta do nails, lashes, like toes. We gotta do it all. Like y'all don't gotta do
We
that.
ain't doing all that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We just throwing on some
That's too
crazy
much.
shit. Spray on some teak wood.
See,
You
from
boy-
Bath and Body Works, you better quit
Yeah, boy,
playing.
yo, nigga.
You better quit playing.
The
Quit
teak
playing.
wood.
Do you
For
think
the
that's
candle
because of
around
social media putting that pressure
Oh,
on?
for sure. Social media, 110%, like does that to you.
Social media, but then ourselves, and then
Right. The pressure, society, like, but then I just feel like some people should do it because if you look good, you feel good. Like
Yeah, straight up.
that. It shouldn't be a man. Like, oh, I'm gonna look good and go holler at this boy. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. But I mean, that's always going to be. So then let me ask you a question. Like, do y'all get annoyed? Because I know that, like, the shit brings attention. You know what I'm saying? So, like, no matter, y'all know. So, like, does it, like, does it like annoy the fuck out of y'all? Because it's gonna happen, but it's like, but also you made it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
I think it's the way, like, I'm gonna give you an example. Yeah, let me give you an example. So this guy, right? He was my friend's homeboy from school or whatever, right? And he was like, I think you're the most beautiful woman. Why is a woman of your caliber not spoken for? And I'm like, and I didn't know if I should take that as a compliment or like disrespect, because now I'm thinking like, damn, you don't think I should be like,
you don't think I can?
You don't think I could do it? Right. So I didn't know, like.
That nigga was confused. What I say?
Right. So like, I was like, I'm not spoken for because I don't want to be spoken for right now. Like, understand that. I mean, and it's really hard to say that without being like cocky and shit, right? Yeah. I want to say it in the most humble way, but I appreciated the respect he meant behind it because his intentions weren't ill. Yeah. But then after the fact, the way he grabbing on me, doing all this, like don't mistake my niceness for a flirtatiousness either, right? Because I also have a name to protect, whether it's.
That's another thing us women have a problem with. Just being nice to someone, it's taken as
right. It's taken to the next level, like, and I'm like, I just want to be nice because I could really hurt your fucking feelings.
But I think it goes well. In most cases, most niggas are flirting. But I'm saying that, like, I feel like that, like, I seen Michael B. Jordan post the other day that. When he said some guys' moms raised them right, and us being nice is not flirting as well. Right. And
I had a guy earlier tell me like, "Hello, ma'am," and I'm like, "Don't call me ma'am." Like I get called ma'am, boss lady, boss. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, madam. Like I don't want that from my man, right?
Yeah,
like
that's weird. Shit. What about like love? Like, what's up, love? Y'all like that shit?
No.
Shit's weird.
I'd rather you say, "What's up, Adrianna, the realtor," than love. Like, no, I'm not your baby. I'm not your.
Adrianna, really?
You know,
no. Your man some
no, no. You know what? Don't call me mama.
Oh, I can't stand
that's just supposed to be over anyway.
No,
like,
and I'm gonna tell you why.
2000?
No, let me tell you why. Yes, it's gross. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because my dad, my family, they're Puerto Rican, right? Growing up, and I am 27 years old, my father still calls me mamas.
Oh, okay.
I do not want no other man other than my father and my grandfather to call me mamas.
No mama's way.
That's yes, chill. No.
That's different.
No, don't do it.
No, that's crazy. So the pet names, that's out. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather you call me Stinkapoo.
Oh no.
Stinkapoo! What's up, baby? No, don't. Just call me Adrianna.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I mean, every man gonna want a nickname for his lady though. I think it's not.
But y'all gonna figure it out. But what you said was very different right now. You're a lady versus approaching somebody.
Oh yeah. No, I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that either. I mean, that's just corny. But I mean, everybody not equipped with knowing how to just have a conversation. I was just telling the homeboy this the other day. I was like, bro, you thinking too hard on trying to holler, and you thinking too much on trying to come up with a line. When most women just want a general conversation, but they don't want the normal shit like, how you doing? What do you do? Like, come up with something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't ask them shit that they already doing, like stupid shit like, yo, you smoke hookah? Nigga, she's smoking a hookah.
That part.
Like, do something different, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they want to be
told.
told.
What you drinking on? I know you see this Red Bull in my hand. Like, why do I gotta tell you?
No, so I get it. I get that. Boy, yeah, that's crazy. I get that. Read the room. You know what I'm saying? But, so what do y'all feel about approaching men, though?
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Like, if you think that a man looks good, because a lot of women be like, well, I've heard women tell me, like, I think you cute, but they'll tell me later. I'm like, why you didn't tell me?
Or slide in the DM after the club.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, why you telling me this now? And they're like, well, I'm not gonna approach you. Like, that don't make sense to me.
That's childish. A grown woman, when she sees something that she wants, she's gonna go get it. And it doesn't matter if it's money, a career, something personal, or a man. She's gonna go get it.
Right.
I've gone up to men also, but maybe not with the intention of, I'm gonna take you home, or you're gonna be my husband. It's just more of on like a respect thing, you know? Like, I think you're so handsome, or a lot of times it may be like I know them from social media or something, and I just put a face to a name and all that.
Right.
But I have no problem going up to a man at all.
That's great. That's confidence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people need that. And you know what I'm saying? Which, again, everything that you expressed about relationships, about your business, about working a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, outside of being, you know, pretty much an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying, is, if you notice, all your qualities as a person are endowed in every single thing that you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because you're really selling yourself in every situation.
Right.
Because people buy into you.
Right.
To want to even be in business with you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you do a very good balance of keeping that balance. You know what I'm saying? You have a very good balance.
Yeah.
Of
it's hard.
So is there ever times like, because I feel like with what you do though, you could wild out. But like I'm saying, is there ever time that like you want to like be like fuck and wild out, but you feel like, hey.
Okay, so like up until
right.
So up until like maybe 40 days ago.
Not 40 days.
Okay, I'm gonna say 40 days because I stopped drinking, right? For a lot of reasons, but
as I drank.
Right, you drink your drink. But before, I be wilding out. Like,
somebody said she do wild out.
I be wilding out, okay? But now I feel like I need to have, I don't even know the right word, because I don't want to say respect, because I don't know about self-control. It made me sound crazy, but I just think I need to have a little bit more control.
She said, I don't know about self-control. That sounds crazy.
That sounds crazy. But I just think I need to understand, like, now that I don't drink and I read the room when I'm out and I feel like I'm other hand sometimes. Like when I'm out, I want to protect the people in my circle, and if I'm in control of that, nothing bad's gonna happen.
Right.
So now it's a little bit different because I'm not drinking, but give me a hookah, give me a Red Bull, we still gonna get lit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not wilding out like I used to.
So I forgot to ask you this earlier. Do you have siblings?
I do.
Because I wanted to touch on that because so like what you have?
I have 3 brothers.
3 brothers.
And
Older?
2 sisters.
Older brothers?
Yeah, so when my parents met, my mom already had my sister, and then my dad already had my 2 brothers.
Okay.
They got married and then had me.
Yeah.
And then they separated, and then later on down the road, I have an 18-year-old brother that my mom had, and I have an 8-year-old little sister that my dad had.
Okay.
So it's been a year since my brother passed away. He was 30 years old. Yeah, so a lot of what I do is, when it comes to not drinking, is because I don't think I've expressed this to anyone, is my brother died of alcoholism. And so just to see him go through what he went through, and his wife and my nephews, you know, they're little, I'm blown away. Like how alcohol, something we choose to drink, can take somebody's life. And then you don't know what people are going through mentally either. And so a lot of what I do and talk about in mentorship and coach people now, I really just tie it back to the way, you know, my brother and I relationship was.
And that's cool. And that's cool that you do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that, like, one of the most healing things about pain is that you can learn from the experience, and you can also give it to someone else who may need to hear it and may be able to stop something before it's too late. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You take what you learn and you try to do your best to be able to feed it to someone else. You know what I'm saying? What I love about your circle, I call y'all the trio. The trio, you know what I'm saying? You, Lauren, and Kaylin, man, the way that y'all are as friends and the way y'all are there for each other, and you know, constantly just giving, you know what I'm saying, each other advice. I've watched y'all talk about like serious things, and it was kind of cool to see the dynamic of the conversation. Like, bitch, I was trying to tell you that what he said, and I'm like, this is a crazy conversation, but I love it because it's like y'all make it in a way where it opens up conversation for the people around, and it's so cool because everybody has a judgment-free zone, and I think that's cool because a lot of people don't really know how to assess situations like that, or don't know, and that's the problem, is that we're so endowed in social media and the electronics that we don't have that anymore. People really don't know how to have a conversation.
Right.
You know, we get mad at people because we grow up coming from both worlds. We come from the technology world, but we also come from a world where we grew up in families who we talk even if it was negative shit.
Right.
We talk like, one of the biggest things me and my cousins used to do was rag on each other all day, but that's how we communicated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so like so I feel like that like a lot of people were just missing it. There are some people where their families they just never talk.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that you are feeling a void for that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times.
Sorry, someone said, I'm just gonna read what they said. They said Paul be on our ass like security. Let's talk about that.
Paul be what?
To be on our ass like security. Let's talk about that.
Who said that?
Let me see. Lauren!
Oh yeah. Hey Lauren, I'm just the host. You know what I'm saying?
Mic, you missing the mic.
For those that don't know those are my 3 wives. You know what I'm saying?
No, you fucking up my game right now.
My bad.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny to them dudes they be really believing.
They be pressed too.
Bro, you posted a picture of me and then them niggas was pressed.
I was like, y'all, be for real. Like, why would I post my man on my story?
That shit was funny as hell.
Come
What
on.
were they talking about?
They were just like, oh, you booed up now, this and that. And it's me and Paul.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I did it with all 3 of them separately one time. And I got the same shit. Messages, inbox, all this weird ass shit. It was, oh, that's your girl? Oh, that's your... Or then when they seen a picture of me and Lauren, because Miss Lauren, we always take a selfie. It's like, does the realtor know about her? Or does she know y'all? You just working the friends? I said, bitch, what are you talking about?
For real.
But you know what's so crazy?
Talk about that.
You know what's so crazy? It be people asking questions that don't have a place or a right to ask a question. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I think because you talked about like the trio, like us 3, and you will be so surprised how many men slide in my DM, slide in Kay's DM,
wow,
and slide in Lauren's
At
DM.
the same time.
Knowing damn well we are always together, right? So that's one thing. Know damn well we're always together, 1. But 2, that just goes to show there's a lot of women out there that do not support women and withhold a lot of those like little details of men sliding in their DM, right?
That's true.
1, 2, anytime.
I don't know what the fuck I be doing. I had a little Patron in my system.
No, like we talk about it. You know, we talk about who's in each other's DMs, and we not gonna mess with this person. We not gonna mess with that person. I mean, Lauren got a girlfriend. The men choose on Lauren, right? But we still talk about it. Like he's in her DM, like he's in Kay's DM. I'm like, don't you even think about coming over here?
Sister wives are hilarious.
Not the sister wives. No,
who is that, Lauren?
Kay.
Okay.
No, that's the thing. Like they just be in everybody's DMs, and that's the way of shooting your shot now, and there's nothing wrong with it.
But you know what I hate is like that. Like it's so hard, bro, because I may not see you out, right? But I see you on IG. So I'm really left with no choice. I'm a talker. I'm a communicator. I will come up to a woman. If I see you at the gas station, you at the other pump, I'm going to walk over to you. You know what I'm saying? You can say no. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like that I'd rather for it to know that I couldn't pull her versus not giving her my chance. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that, like, but it's so hard to do because I may have never seen that person. It's like I know I gotta get in their DM somehow.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. Like me as a woman, I've slid in DMs too. Like nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But it's the approach, it's the like because I get so many like crazy off the wall things, I like the little cliche DM sometimes. Like it makes me laugh. Like I wanna like not everything has to be about business seriously.
We're not talking about dick pics. Y'all don't be doing that shit.
No, that's overrated. That's overrated. Like,
niggas be doing that shit.
You ain't asking for it, please don't.
Yeah, that's against the law, y'all.
It's against the law. You niggas going to jail. You niggas going to jail.
If only I could blast.
Put him on Front Street. Because
that should be the funniest when a female be like the next person that does this, and for some reason some nigga don't get the memo, and that nigga posts in her DM and she posts that shit, and then all the comments Well, I don't care what it is. If anybody posts a dick pic, that shit don't get like 300 comments.
Yeah.
Because niggas is on there joking and the comments be funny.
I just feel like, why do that? Like, if you're confident of what you got, shoot your shot. That shouldn't be how you win a woman.
Right.
But they do it, you know why? Because women allow it.
True.
So that's why they're gonna continue to do it, and it's cool, right? Like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna excite me.
Yeah.
If your money don't excite me, that ain't gonna excite me.
Right.
But that's dope though. At least you coming, and I'm glad that you speaking on what you speaking on because you giving an insight of how you could just be real, bro. You ain't gotta be looking for the money, or you ain't gotta.
Literally, and you know,
facts.
we were talking about that because the girls were getting on my ass about how I, you know, like just any little like thing that a man does wrong, I'm like, next. Like, I don't like the way you talk to me in that conversation. Or like I didn't like the way you ordered your food. Like,
look at how this nigga chewing.
Right, like
I'm not fucking with that.
There's just a lot of things like.
I think everybody like that though, because it's like you don't really know. You know the basis of what you want, but you don't really know what you want.
Yeah, you can't sit here and write down like word for word. Like, no, I'd be so ready, yes, Lauren, to cut them off. And it's like I may not have ever even had a sexual relationship with them. Yeah. I just know I'm never gonna get there because I didn't like the way you moved in that situation. Right. But I am.
That'd be the worst though when you lose somebody and you ain't get a chance to hit. Cause it's like fuck. Cause I remember this shit happened to me one time. I was sick. And this girl, it was like a Tuesday. I was living in an apartment with my dog, Sean Lewis. And I remember he kept saying, hey, bro, she want to come through. And I was like, bro, I'm sick. Like, I'm talking about, I'm sniffling. And like, I couldn't hit.
You should have Michael Jordan that ass.
But listen, I was sick, bro. I couldn't do it. It was the first and only time I ever said, nigga, I would never, ever let her down. And then she said, oh, I said, hey, I'm sick. I'm going to hit you up, whatever. She was like, oh, okay.
That's some Adrianna shit. I was like,
all that shit. I said, that's crazy.
You should have let her come over and see you were sick.
Yeah, that's true.
No, she knew I was sick. When she came over, we kicked it. Like, we was in the room kicking it. I just couldn't, because I was sick.
You could have Michael Jordan her ass and
but I mean,
sick and all, fever.
Take one for the team.
I'm sneezing on the pussy.
No, you're sick. You didn't have to do all that. You sick.
I know, but
no, I'd be so quick to just cut them off. But I'm a relationship type of person, and I don't feel like that's always the right answer to everything. And people make mistakes, and I'm also very understanding. And in my previous relationship, I just allowed so much shit to happen. And it just more was like, where's the self-worth? And I think I took that self-worth radar too far.
What was your longest relationship?
4 years.
4 years, okay.
Yeah. What did you learn in that 4 years? What was your takeaway?
So he was so content. You know, he was older. He was in his late 30s. He was older than I was at the time. I was 18. Okay. So he was just very content with life. Mind you, at 37, 38, 39 years old, you've been through some things already, you know? You've accomplished things, you're making money, whatever the case may be. But he was so content with where he was at that when he got off of work, it was like, all right, I just, you know, he was an engineer. Come home, turn the game on, I'm gonna play the game. I'm like
you want to go do something.
Yeah, no, we doing something. We just worked 14 hours. We're going to dinner. We're going to date night. Put a movie on. Like, it doesn't even have to, we go anywhere. And then it was more like I was doing so much in my career at the time. Like, I'm 18. I'm in school. I'm a store manager. I'm launching my photography business at the time. Like, there were so many things I was doing. And he's just like, I'm cool. I'm chilling. And ultimately, that's why our relationship just kind of fell out. No bad blood, but it was still something that, you know, eventually I was like, man, this man could be my husband. He could be the father of my kids.
So I could tell, and we talk about how like this is like always like the boys and the little girls from the moment we come up, right? They all have bigger, like different dreams, right? The girl is to be like married. You know, that's why they got Ken and Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be married. They want the white picket fence. They want the Labrador. That's the American dream, right? Like, I could tell that hearing you express yourself, that's a very big and like important role for you. Yeah. And it not now, but I'm saying eventually, as well as your career.
For sure.
And you seem to know how to keep them parallel.
I try my best, and I think, you know, the biggest question I hate getting asked is, why don't you have kids? I feel like that's the most disrespectful question in the world. Like, why don't you have kids? Well, you don't know that almost 6 years ago I lost my daughter when I was 6 months pregnant. You don't know that. You don't know what I went through physically, mentally, and emotionally. So don't ask me those type of questions, right? One, but two, you don't know that if I can medically, right? So you may be opening up that topic of conversation that we shouldn't have. So there's just a lot of things when it comes to asking if you want kids and things like that. So there's a lot of questions I get asked, and I just rather not.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Well, Adrianna, we appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, sharing your story with us. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I feel like this is very inspiring.
Before we go, you did have some questions. I'm
Okay.
going to touch on them. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Someone asked, for people starting off in real estate, what obstacles should they look out for?
The money. It takes money to make money. And that's a lot of people, like I said, they join real estate for the wrong reasons sometimes. Or it may be the right reason, which is to make money, but don't understand what it takes to make money.
Right.
So I spent a lot of money. So selling my first 3 or 4 houses was just reimbursing myself, you know, because I'm marketing, social media, ads, billboards, signs, postcards, note cards, door hanging signs, business cards, like everything in between, revamping social media, wardrobe, like it was intense. And that's
do you have to attend things that, like, certain things where you can get clientele, or do you feel like that when let me go out and find, you know what I'm saying?
I think I'm at the point right now where my social media and family and referral base is big enough where I don't need to do that anymore. I did it to show that I wasn't afraid to do it, and that I started with 0 clients just like you did. But I also marketed myself as a real estate agent prior to actually going active on my license. Reason is because as soon as I went active on my license, I went under contract January 1st.
Congratulations.
So it was like I was playing no games. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go 110%.
That's crazy.
Right. And a lot of the other questions that they said you answered already. So before you go, do you have any advice for new home buyers that maybe are a little younger, or some negative stigmas that are attached to home buying and real estate that are not true that you've seen in the business?
Yeah, I think a lot of, like, you know, what you guys do, because you guys are entrepreneurs in your own business world. I do a lot of specializing in 1099 first-time home buyers, because there's a lot of people that own businesses that don't know that they really can buy a house, don't know how to file their taxes to show they can afford to buy a house. It's more of the education piece, and it's just get educated, find the right person, and find your person. It may not be me, it may not be my loan officer, but don't listen to somebody who doesn't own a home.
Right, because it's all word of ear. Like, maybe someone had a bad experience buying a home, and then new buyers listening to them, and they're like, oh, well, then I'm not going to buy a home.
Yeah, I think whether you plan on staying here or moving, or whatever the case may be, your career will change, your life will change, you'll get married, have kids, move on, join the military.
Right.
Owning a home is an asset. When you sell your home, depending on how long you've been in that home, you can make $200,000. It don't matter. Equity builds every year, right? So you're guaranteed to make money when you leave and you sell that home. Why wouldn't you want that free meal ticket? Like, that's my biggest approach is, well, I don't know if I want to buy. What do you mean? Like, I want to pass down to my kids, and if I don't have kids, I want my nephews and nieces to have a home. Like, each one to have their own home, right? And it's more of like, have something to set them up for success. Because when I turned 16, I moved out. 15, I moved out. Got 2 jobs, still stayed in school, played sports. Like, I did that. I had to. So there was a lot of things that when it comes to setting me up, and even though my dad, being who my dad is, it wasn't a free meal ticket.
Right.
You know, my mom is very well off. You know, she's an RN and she makes great money, but it wasn't a free meal ticket. You know, I still had to bust my ass to get somewhere.
Right. So that's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah, no, that's no doubt. But that's a lot of great information. You know what I'm saying, to give out to people, just because people don't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand that.
Are you open to, for those watching who don't know you, or maybe they're seeing you for the first time, or that have been maybe afraid to ask you? Are you open to answering questions about real estate?
Yeah, all the time. I think I get random, because my phone number is my personal cell.
Right.
That is all over the internet. And I get random texts and calls and how to do this, and a lot of people will even try to pay me just to give them advice, right? And it's more of like, I'm willing to help you. I don't need the return. But it's all about the reputation and the referral after the fact, right? Like, oh, hit up this girl because she helped me with this. And it could have been something so small.
So if they want, you're okay with it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Great.
That's dope, man. Well, once again, Adrianna, we appreciate you coming out, you know what I'm saying, and joining us today on Trill Talk No Cap, man. I think that you gave an amazing side of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Things that I learned a lot about you today, you know what I'm saying? We talk about it every day.
Every
you know
day.
So that's really dope, man.
Do you want to give out your socials where maybe?
Yeah, we want you to give out your social media so in case there's
it's Adrianna the Realtor. It's Adrianna.the-Realtor. You guys can message me. I'm always on there. I manage my own social media. So if I don't respond, there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason.
No doubt. We appreciate you though, man. And let us know too, any way that we can support.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Any way that we can support you in anything that you throwing or anything, like, any mixers or anything like that you do for the launch, whatever you got.
Congratulations again on the weight loss and the
Yes.
business
Yeah, thank you.
your promotion and your journey.
Thank you so much. It means a ton.
Y'all know what it is, man. We getting ready to get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Once again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. All the new viewers, man, we appreciate y'all. If you need a house out there, make sure you tap in with my girl, Adrianna, the Realtor, you feel me?
Yes.
Make sure you tap in, man. She gonna make sure you get in the right place, you feel me? Listen, man, we love y'all. We thank y'all. Blessings to every single person out there. If y'all traveling right now, make sure you get home safe. Salute each and every one of y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. It's me, your dog, High Strong, the one and only Impeccable, and my girl, Felly Fell. We out.